So it's been a long summer for Oxford City. The rebuild has been most certainly on, and hopefully, I think you will agree, we've sprinkled some gold dust in them positions that we were really... Welcome back. It's been a busy summer for Oxford City. Of course, taking that step up to the Championship means more money to spend, more wage budget to spend, and bigger stars to bring into the club. You're going to see all that and more, and of course our opening game of the season, which just so happens to fall against Championship regulars West Bromwich Albion. Okay, so as you can see, it's been a very busy summer. Some of these ins are just people who come in on trial who we didn't end up signing. So we haven't actually signed 14 players. I don't actually know how to get rid of that. If I just put player trials, it shows all of them, but I want to see just the actual deals. Retransfers, I mean, we've done more than that. Eagle Eyes may see a very keen name there, but I'm just going to go on all transfers and I'm just going to show you as we go. What I'll do is obviously cut through as we start to click on each individual player, or actually maybe what I might do, I might show you actually just over the tactics screen instead. That's probably going to be the easier way, and then I'll show you some of them that we've bought in who are already on loan, or the other ones that we've already loaned out, so the departures. So coming in as the first new signing is a new goalkeeper. We have got Cornel Mischia. He comes in, we bought him in the end. We managed to buy him from Burton. They're in the Enterprise National League. He's a very good goalkeeper. Bought him for 650k, worth 2.3 to 3.3 million. Currently playing as a Sky Bet League One standard, but has the potential to become a decent Premier League player. So he comes in as our new number one. James Wright is now going to play understudy. He's dropped down to a cup goalkeeper and he's happy with that, which is obviously good. It's not going to cause any problems. Bruno Nambasi stays at right back. As we said in the last episode, Josh and Malachi Hardy stay at that centre-back pairing. We then brought this guy in from Burnley on loan, Jamie Archer. He can play right back or left back. He is on loan, so I'm not necessarily going to rely on him, but he's probably going to play more games than not. Decent Sky Bet Championship with the potential to be a Premier League. Of course, he is just on loan, so we aren't really bothered about what his sort of value goes up to. Callum Olasisi, staying in his obviously holding midfield role, as we expected. Very good player, decent for the Sky Bet Championship, potentially can be a decent Premier League player. We've then brought in Sol Gordon on a permanent deal. So we managed to do that. His contract expired with Chelsea. We said, okay, thank you very much. Come back to Oxford where you're absolutely loved by the fans and be a hero. And he agreed. So he's back in the club. Value between 1.6 and 2.9 million, 4k a week, so I don't think that's that bad. Decent Sky Bet Championship with potential to be a good Premier League player. We've then got Luke Harris, again, still in the squad. Decent, Sky Bet League One. Good Sky Bet Championship player, so not bad. He's going to be playing, as you can see, I'm going for a little bit more of a attacking midfield three. I'm not playing two holding this time. I'm playing two more creative midfielders with Olasisi then just mopping up, I'm hoping. But they've got Holland, who's staying on his right wing. Not a bad player. Did well for us last season. Currently Sky Bet League One. Could be a leading Championship player. We've then got this new guy, Quincy Mbuga. Bought him from Germany. Comes from IB Leipzig. Bought him for 375k up front with then some instalments. Potential value up to 2 million, 2.5k a week. Good Sky Bet League One, can be a leading Championship player. And that's a position that we've really not had sort of like a natural left winger for a while. You know, we had Francis playing in there as an inside forward. We had Branningham playing in there as an inside winger. But hopefully Quincy can solidify why we need that actual out-and-out left winger. Now, you may notice that Hugill's in this starting 11 for the game against West Brom, and it's because Francis is out injured, but I have got another player that I'm debating playing instead, and I'm going to show you him momentarily that we brought in. In terms of the bench, Wright still here, Branningham still here, Ishmael, this is the new guy, Johnny Singer, absolute great name, 21 years old, managed to pick him up on a free. He was released by Arsenal. We picked him up. Yes, at the minute, only good enough to be Sky Bet League 2. Potential to be Premier League standard. And look at that value, between 4.7 and 6.6. And he's wanted on loan from quite a few clubs already. He's not loan listed, but they want him. So I'm debating whether actually we start him over Hugill. And I'll consider that as we go through the rest of the signings. We've then got Keanu Dyer, also came in. He's a midfielder. Good Sky Bet League One, potentially good Premier League player. We've got Zach Shawaib obviously still here. Now I have actually loan listed Zach Shawaib. Reason why, he's decent Sky Bet League 2, but it can become decent Sky Bet Championship player. And with Keanu Dyer coming in, we've obviously still got Gromek. I just think there's limited game time available for Shoaib. So he's potentially going to be going out on loan. It might leave us a little bit short though, but Woodward is going to be here. Maybe, to be fair, Woodward's more versatile than Shoaib, isn't he? Let's be honest. And Francis is injured, so he'll be coming into the fold as soon as he's back. Still got Gromek. Gromek though, good Sky Bet League 1. So that's why I've decided to loan out Shoaib, because obviously he's only at a Sky Bet League 2 level. We've got this guy on loan from Arsenal, Ebenezer Annan. He comes in from Arsenal on loan. Look at that value though. 17.5 to 26 million pounds. And yes, you might be going, well, why the hell is he on your bench? Well, because obviously we want to give our actual main players a good run out first. Sky Bet Championship, potential to be a Premier League player. Now you might be wondering, hang on a minute, how have you got that player in from Arsenal? Well, obviously we got promoted. I'll go through the rest of this actually. Johnson, Crampton, Woodward and Francis. So everyone that you would expect to see. Johnson pretty much is on his last legs now. He probably won't get a contract renewal, bless him. And Declan Skara's gone out on loan, and I'll show you that in a minute. But back to what I was saying. So Arsenal, they are actually now our affiliated club. Because, of course, where we got promoted to the Sky Bet Championship, Oxford United could no longer have us as an affiliate. So we then went out and looked for a new affiliate. Our board brought us back either Arsenal or Manchester United. So I picked Arsenal. You might be screaming in the comments saying I should have gone for Man United, but Man United don't have young players like this, right? And that is, you know, some of the young players that Arsenal have got are absolutely incredible. So he's in. He will probably play a lot for us. Again, you might be thinking, well, why don't I play him as a striker? But he's just as good as Johnny Singer. And Johnny Singer is ours. And he has got a great name. But that's all of the ins. In terms of all of the outs, pretty much as you would expect, really. So Josh Briggs has gone on loan to Blackpool. Alan Appleby, I mean, he's been here from the first intake and he's never really actually developed into anything exciting. So he's gone out on loan to FC Halifax. Declan Skara's gone to Blackpool as well. And Bobby Joe Nee has gone out on loan. And again, you might be thinking, hang on a minute, that's a new player. We've not seen him before. He's a new player that we brought in as a free agent. He was again released by Chelsea. So we snapped him up on a free. He's going to develop a little bit. It's going to take him a bit slower than Johnny Singer. But he's leading Enterprise North-South, but can potentially be a championship standard of player. So get him up a little bit. That could be a next understudy that we've got, and we're thinking further forward for the club in that instance and that signing. Tyler Medway, we saw all of these. Tate Campbell was released. Mellor was released. And Jones has also gone out on loan to Port Vale as well, just so you know. Oh, and Brian Pendleton, as well, was sold. And Jacob Cook went out on loan. So it's been all bloody happening, right? There's been a very busy summer. We've built in a good amount of players. I think, to be fair, none of them players are in sort of the top, but I think give some time, there'll be some of the key players within this squad. And if we have a look at the predicted Sky Bet Championship, after obviously signing all those players, we, of course, are still predicted to finish 24th. That's not to not be expected, right? Because let's be honest, if we have a look at these salaries per annum, we've got 4.09. Everyone else is so much higher than us. So we have got the lowest or the worst wage budget of them all. But that's how we like it, don't we, guys? We like to be the underdogs and we like to put up the fight to show why we should never be underestimated. So that is the team. I have decided that, yes, I am going to play Johnny Singer. He's going to start. I think he's got a big future ahead of him. You know, especially if we can get him to carry on developing nicely, I think he could be really good. He's got not bad jumping, you know, not bad stats across the board. Really good bravery. He might suit playing a target forward better. But we're going to have him just as a centre forward for the time being, because I do like to play with a centre forward. As you can see as well, non-competitive games, 4 appearances, 2 goals. So I think we've got a player here, especially with that sort of value already. We've got a good player. And I think it's only about time he starts to show it on the grandest stage of them all, which is, of course, the Championship. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the team sheets submitted. We'll go through them together. We've pretty much gone through it now, so I probably won't go through and read the actual team sheet. But I'll bring you back when we're in the dressing room and we're giving the players that all-important first team talk of the Championship. Who would have thought all them seasons ago in the National League North, we are now about to go onto the pitch to play West Brom, not in a cup, but in the actual Sky Bet Championship. I'll see you in the dressing room. Cornel Muscular is our new number 1. Hopefully I didn't mispronounce that too bad when we were going through the team sheets, and hopefully FM weren't listening, so he's now annoyed. But let's get into the team. I'm going to say, like we do every single season at the start, our home form is important to us. So let's make sure we take advantage of that. Remember, the MG Group Stadium has been an absolute fortress for teams up and down the country, whether it's been league or cup football for teams to come to. And let's hope that we can do that again this season. Now, let's not get it twisted. This season is going to be a struggle. It's not going to be a walk in the park. And I'm almost fully expecting us to go on quite a long loss streak maybe, or even losing quite a lot of games. So I think in that regard it's very much expected, and then we're just going to have to work our way through it, see what we can do to then combat that and really try and find our feet. Because it's not going to be, we saw from the finances that other teams have got to throw around, they've got so much more money than us, so they're going to have slightly more quality out on the pitch. That's why we're going to have to rely on our link with Arsenal to get them type of players in that we already have, and hopefully maybe 1 or 2 more, just to sort of bolster that squad out a little bit. But Gordon here with the ball in. Oh, Quincy there, almost scoring on his debut, and that would have been absolutely fantastic for him. I suppose for Gordon, it counts as like a debut, I guess, because he's now a permanent addition to the squad, but the fans are obviously very familiar with him. We have got 4 debuts though. We've got the goalkeeper, the left back, we've got obviously the left winger and the striker. So all debuts for them today. But so far, so good. 23 minutes played, 1 shot on target, better XG. We haven't had any corners as yet. But this is where we've got to be careful. Going up to the Championship, they're going to be a little bit more ticky-tacky. We've got to make sure we stay solid like we know we can do. Singer's sort of getting alienated out of the game at the minute because we're not getting much ball forward to him. But that's fine for the time being. Header by them. Oh, he touches it over to the crossbar. Or did that just hit the crossbar? I think it just hit the crossbar. No corner for them in the highlight. But 28 minutes played. So far, it's all right. But a highlight here for them, and it's a dangerous one. But Archer recovers well, gets back, tracks it back and gets the ball. I love to see that. Olasisi into Gordon, Singer, Quincy, Harris, Mbuglia, Quincy on the ball. Puts the ball in. Holland's there. Oh, he hits the post. He hits the post. Right, let's take that confidence now. We've challenged them. That was on target. That was going in. Josh into Malachi Hardy. What can we do with it? He surges up to Quincy. Quincy is dispossessed though, but he gets the ball back again, takes on his man, beats him, drills it. Oh, Johnny Singer's there, but Alfie Gilchrist is there to just put the ball away for the corner, of which we will not see. 33 minutes on the clock. We're dominating on possession. We're definitely making a good account for ourselves in this opening game of the Championship, which still sounds wild to say. 5 shots each, only 1 shot on target so far, and that was from us. I mean, it's written now that West Brom's first shot that they get on target's going to go in, isn't it, really? But that's what it is. I'm going to say we've been the better team. I don't think that the attack hasn't really been that good, or the midfield, really. So I'm just going to say the scoreline doesn't reflect the patter. I'm going to say keep going, and I'm going to say to these, I'm not happy with your playmaking efforts. And then say to Johnny, he wasn't that bad. He's a young kid, right? We need to give him confidence. We need to put an arm around him. He could be our next Joe Hugill or Francis. And that's what we want, right? We want him banging in the goals, even if that means he gets poached. But at least we'll make a hell of a lot of money from him. And that's what we need. We need money, and a lot of money. For 50 minutes played here. Both had a shot on target now. They've had more shots in total. Our XG is still better. We've had more corners. They are starting to get a little bit more of a foothold in the game with regards to possession, which is fine. We're probably going to look to make some changes. We'll take Quincy off and we'll put Branningham on and we'll put him in his favoured inside winger, and we'll take Holland off as well. We'll give this guy a run out and see what he can do. Singer's going to stay on. Other than that, Malachi Hardy, you're just going to have to play through it, because I don't think a game against West Brom, Darnell Johnson is not really the sub to be looking at. Maybe against some of your lesser Championship sides, but not West Brom. You know, they're a pretty established team in the Championship, so they've got good players across the back. But it's good to see the defence having a solid game. But Nambasi, well, not too bad. It's disappointing to see that the attack isn't having as good of a game, though. So we're being defensively solid at the moment. We're just not causing any threat, and that's a worry. Ball over the top. Malachi deals with it nicely, but we don't pick up the second ball, and it's just going to come straight back at us. Nambasi gets turned. Can he track back? He can. Can we stop the shot? We can't, and we go 1-0 down, but that's fine. That's not a problem. We've been doing a good account of ourselves. We just have to go and get an equaliser. We're not getting any real shots away on target, though, which is the worry. So what we're going to do is let's work the ball into the box and also stretch out the width a little bit and try and see if we can get a goal back now. But so far, 1-0 down. Anan's come on, and it looks like he's already picked up an injury, which is ridiculous. We might as well bring on Darnell Johnson now. There's 5 minutes left, so we're not going to bother doing that. Malachi Hardy here. Olasisi doesn't pick up the second ball, but Harris tracks back to get it. Archer. Branningham. Branningham with not really a good ball for Singer. Singer's working off absolute scraps here, guys. Come on. They win the second ball. Can we get the ball back? 91 minutes on the clock. Oh, and it's just slipped under his arms. Maybe we should have kept James Wright in goal. Because that is not good. That's an absolute worry. If he's going to concede from there, no pressure on him at all. Not really. Look at that. That's poor. That's poor. But I suppose it is what it is, right? We are in the situation that we are in. 6 minutes on the clock. And there we go. A 2-0 loss to start our campaign. Look at that. The first half, we was all over them. We just didn't take advantage of it. Maybe there was calls that I should have played Joe Hugill. I'm going to say we're disappointed that we didn't win that game. And that is disappointing from that goalkeeper. And I do hope that we don't see that again. Right, I've got a couple of other trials coming in to see if I can get a couple of other players in. Might be looking at a little bit more experience. Also got a loan offer accepted for this guy. Can play centre-back. It's more just to give us a little bit more depth over the centre-back position because, of course, we've only got Darnell Johnson at the moment. But that is sort of where we are at. And I think that is going to be all she wrote in this episode. Obviously, it's going to be slightly shorter because we're only going to see the one game. But of course, we have gone through all of the new additions. What the plan will probably be in terms of bringing us back. Let me hit continue once so we can say that we've played that game. The plan will probably be that I will bring us back. Oh, look, that's not good. All 3 of us that come up last season all lost. That's not ideal. But the plan will probably be in terms of fixture schedule that we will come back at maybe sort of the Swansea or the Birmingham game. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Swansea, Birmingham, or maybe Sheffield United and then Birmingham. Got West Ham. I suppose Oxford United is a big game to see. It's an absolute rivalry. An Oxfordshire derby. So maybe actually what we might do is go Birmingham, Oxford United. But there you go. Thank you very much for watching this opening episode of the Championship. It's going to be a long season. It's going to be a long, tough season. I've got faith in the boys that we can avoid the drop, but it's going to take a while, right? It's going to be one of them where we are really going to be sort of trying to hold on to points and really we need the attackers going, right? And hopefully with Francis coming back, him playing up front, it will help. We do also have the youngest team in the division. That's going to have time, and they're going to need time to adapt like we did last season. But I think we should be fine. We'll be all right. We'll be able to pick up the points to survive, I hope. But worst case, we'll go down fighting. But thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you are new around here to continue watching our journey into the Championship. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.